I say often that I'm a fraud, and sometimes it's just like clickbaity to get people to watch a video. But I unpack that the idea of putting yourself in fraudulent environments, meaning if you say that you're going to be a $300 million company in this huge audacious goal, but you're acting as though it's a foregone conclusion, then that is a fraudulent environment to be in.
I think for a lot of people, they struggle with the I am statement because they know they aren't that yet, right? And so I think the biggest fear is people are going to be hypocrites. They'll end up being a hypocrite because, how do you overcome that gap of like embracing that? Because so many people are like, they're scared to like take it on fully because they're like, they've not ever been this before. So where's that line between where you are currently to where you want to be?
I mean, I think a lot of that on the front end is setting that goal. Like the goal needs to be way bigger than where you currently are, but it needs to be somewhat realistic. Like in the time frame. So if you're looking at a 90 to 120 day goal, maybe 60 or 30, but let's just say 90 to 120 on the furthest out end. Well, I'm not going to say I'm the president of the United States, like that would be ridiculous. Or I'm the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. That would be silly for the next 90 days. But if I say I'm an ultra runner, like that is something that I know in 120 days I can do. It's going to be extremely difficult, but I think that really is the power of the I am statement. Is like when you're saying I am, like you are declaring from nothing, you're declaring from a place of where it may not make sense, declaring from a fraudulent, potentially fraudulent environment, but you're declaring this thing that you are, and you really have to buy into that completely. Like it's not just something you say, write it down in your little formula, and then keep doing what you're doing. It's like, it has to become who you are by what you're doing every day. And so it doesn't take long. If I said I'm a mountain climber, well, it wouldn't take long for me to start climbing mountains on a daily and weekly basis to start feeling like I actually am a mountain climber. Maybe that's what you call that. Rock climber, whatever. Mountain climber of mountains. But if your actions match who you are saying you are, then that just builds up that confidence in that identity. Because again, you're not saying something that's just completely far-fetched, and you're also not saying something that doesn't align with the things that you're doing. Like that's the whole goal of the process, is you make this I am statement, you create this goal, and then you do every little thing along the way to get there. People may call you out on the front end, but you're gonna run 75. And people have told me, like, you're not gonna run 75 miles. Actually, someone told me I wasn't gonna run 50, so that's why I decided 75. And so they're like, you're crazy. Like you're gonna break something, you're gonna injure yourself long term. But as I continue to keep running, and as I post an Instagram story after running 10 miles, and if I post an Instagram story a couple days later running 12 miles, all of a sudden it's like, oh, maybe it's not so crazy. And that process externally also happens internally. As you start doing those things, you're building that confidence within yourself where you're like, man, I'm making some traction, it's getting a little easier, getting a little better, I'm getting a little faster. Like, maybe I am an ultra runner, maybe I'm a mountain climber. So I think that's big, but the goal does need to be big enough to where you do feel that a little bit, or maybe a lot.